Hello everybody, in today's video I'm going to be doing a couple of walkthrough solves on the 4x4. Now by no means am I a really fast 4x4 solver in that if you're, I'm going to change your life with 4x4 solving with this, walkthrough tutorial or whatever. I'm going to show you the differences between reduction and Yao, and I recently just learned the Yao method. I've watched pretty much all tutorials and stuff online about it, and they're all the same. It's a very, very simple concept to understand, but it does take some practice. And I talked about it on my Facebook page, and ever since then I've gotten some personal messages and comments. People ask me what's the difference because they're new to cubing, and what's the benefits of each. So I'm going to go through them. I average the same, about 140 on each of them. Like I said, I'm not really fast, but I've started to pick up the 4x4 a lot lately. Same with the 2x2, and I gotta say, I think I'm pretty well known for only doing 3x3, but I think I'm starting to branch out. I'm starting to feel the itch to learn how to speed solve some bigger puzzles. I don't know if I'm going to go further than the 4x4 and branch out to 5x5 or not, but I'm definitely getting into 4x4 and 2x2. So let's go ahead and scramble this up.
Scramble.
Okay, so here we have a scramble. I'm going to go through reduction first, and in case if you don't know what it is, it's you finish all the centers and then you do edge pairing, whereas Yao is a little bit different, and I'll explain that. I personally have started to prefer Yao. It works better for me. But I've done reduction for so long that it's easy for me to do this walkthrough. Okay, so I usually solve yellow and white first, whichever one has more, so I can see yellow's already got a 2x1 block. And a lot of people say, well, why wouldn't you, start with red and orange? Because red's got a 2x1 and so does orange. Green's also got a 2x1, so why would you do that? And the reason is because if I solve red and orange and then I start placing my centers around the cube, I have to actually stop what I'm doing and think for a while on where, what color goes where, because I'm not color neutral, and it's very easy for me to do yellow and white. And I find most of the time there's always a 2x1 block of pretty much every color somewhere around the cube. So I see this one's done, so we're going to keep that there. This one can match up like this, and then they can go here. I made this block here in the, while doing that. So I'm going to keep mind of that and see what's up here. So I'm going to place the white, not disturbing this. I'm going to go around here and I'm going to try to preserve this a little bit. So here we've got the white in the upper right, put this in the upper left, and now we can put that in. So we preserve the one block right here. This is in the bottom left, this is in the bottom right. They can be matched up very easily. I know red goes here, but look at this. We want to try to keep, the thing is you want to try to keep these blocks if you can. Look, they're all in blocks. Wow, that was really, really easy. I'm actually kind of disappointed that happened. So, now I can't, what did I do there? That was just too easy for the centers, but oh well. What I'm going to do now is show you basically what I do is I look around the cube, first of all, for a pair that's already done, which is right here, and I move it over. Now, if there wasn't a pair done, sort of like this, I just move this over. And I start looking at this one. This is the orange and yellow. So I look around the cube for the orange and yellow, which is right here, and I match it up. Okay, so when I slice back, it matches. Now I look at this one, yellow and blue, which is right here. Keep in mind that I'm already noting the red and blue as I'm putting it in. I'm looking around the cube for it, and here it is here, which it can go in. And now when I slice back, I've got 1, 2, and 3. So that's called a 3 cycle, and now what I'm going to do is a 2, 2, 2, 2, 3. So I'm going to slice either way. I can choose to slice either way. I can also choose to start putting in the green and red or the green and white first, but I see the green and red, so I'm going to put that in, which brings in the red and white. So I'm already looking for that. I know it's not in the top layer, I know it's not in the middle layer, so it's got to be on the bottom. As I'm putting this in like this, I'm looking for the red and white, which is back here, putting that back, so when I slice back, it matches it up. That brings in the green and white. It's not in the top layer, flip it over, it's back here, and I can see the green is here, so I already know that I have to put it in on this side. Okay, and this is going to kick out the green and orange. So I look around the cube for the green and orange, which is right here. Okay, now this brings in, I can choose either one of them. Every time I come back to this stage, I can choose either one of these. And now we've got the green and the yellow, 2 of them right here. Let's go ahead and put these in, kicking out the blue and orange, which is right here. So when I put this back, it aligns those, bringing in either the, either one. I'm trying to keep track. I'm just mentally taking a picture real quick of these two colors, and I'm looking around the cube, and the first one I see is the orange with this one. And that kicks out the blue and white, which I know is right here. And I'm not good at inserting things from the bottom, but let's just see if, I guess this is probably how someone really fast would do it. Putting it back, and now we've completed all of our edges. Now I'm really, really slow at doing parity on the 4x4. So if I get there, bear with me. I'm just doing the F2L right now, and I screwed that up. Okay. And I don't have it. I don't know this OLL, so I do this, but I do know this one because I just did 2-look. And now we have parity, and I know that because this is not a case, and I don't know the parity algorithm for PLL. That's really fast, so I just do what I know on cuboids, and I don't use finger tricks because I'm just not going to practice that. And then here we have just a J perm, and that is basic reduction. Okay, so I'm going to go through Yao.
Scramble, scramble, scramble.
Okay, so now with Yao, I do the same thing. I solve yellow and white because with Yao, you pretty much have to, unless you're extremely good with being color neutral, you have to start with yellow or white. And so the difference with Yao is that instead of doing all your centers and then all your edges and then your 3x3 stage, what you do is 2 centers, your main center that you have on the bottom and the opposite one, and then you put in 3 edges. And then you build the rest of the centers, basically just doing R and U moves, and then you put in your last one. And by the time that you're done edge pairing, your cross will already be done. You can just quickly go into F2L. So you'll see what I mean in a second here. So I see that this one is done and this one is done, so it doesn't really matter what I do. So I go like this and put them opposite of each other already. I can see these two can go in. If I'm moving a bit fast, I apologize. It would be a long video if I didn't. Okay, so now that those two are done, what I'm trying to do is I want to put in 3 edges. Okay, so I can see, oh, I did that wrong. Here's one edge. It doesn't matter how I put it in, just like this. Now here's a case. These two need to go, so I can put them opposite of each other and then put them in like that. And this can go here. And now we've got these 2 oranges, so one can go like this, and then put them in. So now we've got the 3 cross ones, as you can see, and they're in where they're supposed to be in relation to each other. I want to hold that on my left side, and I'm going to complete the rest of the centers now. I never ever want to go like this and bring one out, so I got to keep mindful, and this is where the practice really comes in with Yao, is now that these 3 are in already, and they'll remain there, so when I finish my edge pairing, I don't have to do my cross. It's already done. So now I go through and I see that here's a green block, and we can create another block and put it on the bottom because I remember that was there. So I know that red comes here now. So let's just align one. This one's in the top left. So bring this here, put this down, and then bring the position where it needs to be up here and bring it down. See, I'm never destroying this, and that's what takes a lot of practice. So I know blue comes here, and here's blue. So now that all of our centers are in, now we can put the cube on the bottom like we usually would. And so what I do is I actually cut over, I find the one, and I cut it over, slice it, and then I put this one in, so when I slice back, it's fixed with all of our centers. I put it in where it's supposed to go, right? And then like this. So now you can see that the cross is done. And the benefit of this, there's 2 benefits of Yao, okay? So at this stage now, you've got all your centers and your cross done already. Now you can start edge pairing in the same technique that I did in the reduction, but you never have to flip the cube over in order to see a pair. All you ever have to do is just turn the top layer or even just glimpse. You never have to look at the bottom. So it's really, really fast. So what I'm gonna do here is I would just slice over, and I can see that I sliced over the orange and yellow, which is right here. So I would actually have to bring it in and put it, bring it out of there and put it in this slot. And now that brings in the red and green, which is over here. And that brings in the yellow and red, which is right here. And now I can slice over, and that actually did all 4. So what I would do in this case is bring an empty one in, and now I would continue slicing over back and forth. So here's the green and orange. Okay, that's gonna kick out the red and blue, which is right here. So now I would put that in. That slices back the yellow and green. So that's this one right here, but I can see already that these are our last 2. So I don't want to just put it in because I got nothing to replace it with. So what I would do is put it in this way. So the green and yellow is opposite green and yellow. I would slice over, flip it, and put it back, and now all of our edges are done. Now at this stage, we can just go straight to F2L. We don't even have to some of the things are harder on 4x4. We don't have to do cross at all because it's already done for us. And here, wait, no, that's just an A-perm. And that's Yao. So there's benefits of both in the case. So I didn't talk about the benefits of reduction. I think the benefits of reduction is there's less moves with centers. You don't have to screw around, you know, making sure you're not destroying this kind of stuff. You can just go straight into it, you know, and if you're really fast, I mean, like some of the fastest people in the world, you know, use just basic reduction. You know, they don't use Yao. Some people have switched to Yao, and some people switch back from Yao to basic reduction. It's totally up to you. For me, I find Yao better because the cross is already done. And if I can just get through learning how to preserve what I've built here while I'm doing the last centers, then I should be able to get way faster times, because for me, I don't like flipping the cube over, and I have a hard time inserting things from the bottom. So like if I was to, you know, replace something using the D moves, I actually have to flip the cube over every time. So you could see, if you go back, or if you noticed, when I was doing reduction, I'm constantly flipping the cube over, and it just doesn't work for me. I'd rather just not even have to do that, and Yao allows that. So that's the difference, guys. I know I'm not super fast, but I figured I would just give a quick, you know, brief explanation of it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.